there, this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to show you how I paint another type of a violet or a version of a violet onto this glass wine bottle. And I wanted to show you, it's kind of sticking here. I put this frosted paint over the top of the glass. This is sand. And just use the brush. If you looked at my previous video where I showed different techniques, I used the Dynasty brush in order just to nicely put the paint onto the bottle. This is what the bottle looks like without the paint on it, just a little part that was uncovered, and then this is what it looks like with the frosted paint on it. Now, brushes I'll be using for this technique today are a Filbert number 10 Royal Aqualon, and also a Filbert number 8 Royal Aqualon. I'm going to be using my favorite nail brush, the fine line brush, and then a number 2 Plaid one-stroke script liner. Paints I'm going to be using are light lavender, wicker white, and this one is, I always get these two, this is the perfect purple, and then, well actually I guess they both are perfect purple. I thought they looked similar, but one is multi-surface and one is enamel. So I guess I'm using perfect purple. Thicket, Happy Green, and Moon Yellow. So I am using a combination of the enamels and the multi-surface, all folk art paint. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. And I will be starting with my number 10 and creating these. Oh, why this keeps sticking. Anyhow, in order to create this design, I'm going to start off filling my brush, and I'm sorry that I can't really show you exactly how I fill my brush, but anyhow, on this I'm not doing double loading or anything of that sort. I'm just getting my paint filled, almost all of the bristles on this Filbert brush, and then I'm going to start painting the design. Okay, so the first part I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down, pull it up, come up like that, and then I'm going to go back and do the same thing. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm pushing it down and I'm turning it and pulling it. And then I'm going to come in here and do one, but I'm going to pull it basically in the other direction to look like that. Alright, so then I'm going to come back over it and put some of the other color into it, and this is the light lavender. Just do some of this now. On my paper I was using my Flow Medium, which is a little bit thicker than, or actually it's clear medium. Flow Medium is really liquidy. The clear medium is thicker. I like to work with it better because I feel like I have more control over it. But I'm just tapping my brush into the light lavender and then going like that with it. You can see. Alright, so then my next one I'm going to do is fill my brush up again. And I want to try to make sure that I'm not hitting these or getting them messed up by tapping them on the paper underneath here. Alright, so I'm going to do 2 strokes up here. I'm going to push my brush down and then pull it. You can see that. Come back, do the same thing, but I'm going to pull it in the opposite direction. And I'm going to go back over this one like that. And then I'm going to pull one that's coming this direction and just turn it as I'm pulling it. And then come over this direction, do the same thing. Pull it down like that. Then I'm going to do basically on this one it's going to be 2 strokes together. Once again I'm filling my brush and just going over it like that. Now I'm going to just kind of tip my brush into the light lavender and add some detail to this. Just kind of going back over it. And keep in mind too, when you, not only with painting over the frosted glass and then going over this again, you're adding more thickness to your paint so that it will be more durable. And I just want you to keep that in mind as you do this. But that's a good thing. Definitely a good thing. Okay, I'm going to continue on. I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to put this one down here. I'm just going to kind of turn my brush a little bit. Put it down and turn it like that. And you can do different size brushes on these to make them thinner or bigger, however you want them to be. Pull that in there. And then I'm going to start out this direction. Pull it in and lift up. Because they don't have to be as big as what I'm making them or as thick. They can be a little bit thinner. But I'm just creating this as I go. I really like this frosted glass paint. I am not sure why, especially since it has such a frosted feeling, and it's funny because it definitely has a different texture to it, like that. Then I'm going to touch into the lavender as I've done before, and then just go over and just give this some interest, again making it a little bit thicker as I go because I'm painting again on top of it. And if you feel like your brush is getting too full of paint, just scrape it off and continue. Like that. And then I'm going to go over this one again. Yeah, this brush, or not brush, but this bottle for some reason has given me fits trying to get all of the um, label off of it. I'm not sure why. And if you have an issue like that, just go ahead and fill it in and then just come back over it again. And you can blend. I mean, if you want to blend this, you can blend it more. I like it like this. If you want the other petals not to be so light, you can do that too. You know, put more purple, put more of the perfect purple on it. I like it like this. Okay, so then the next step is going to be to take the number 2 liner, and I am going to, just on 2 of these, because this other one is supposed to be more like a bud, I'm going to put the little piece in here, work on the, I guess, the stamen of this flower, and do the same thing on this one. Just draw it in with your liner brush, your script liner. Now you can either dot it or you can paint it in, and I am choosing to paint mine in. I just want to make sure I have this on here well. Okay, like that. So you can, like I said, you can dot it, or I'm going to stand this up for a second because I didn't open my paint yet. I'm going to use the Moon Yellow, and I'm going to fill it in. And I can, like I said, I can just dot it if I want, like that, or I am choosing to just kind of pull it down, like that. Just brush it down, kind of fill it in a little bit, and there you have it. Oops, sorry if I floated off the camera. I'm trying so hard to make sure I'm on camera. I find myself floating as I get interested in painting. So just take your little script liner and then just kind of fill it in as you go. You can fill it in all the way down if you want. You can do some little strips like this, just to, they're not both the same size. They're not the same size flower. Or you can just do it like an A shape, or you can, bring it down. Up to you. I did stick my finger in the paint. Alright, so I fixed up my boo-boo, and I will then take my fine liner brush, and I stuck it into the purple, the perfect purple, and I'm just going to go, now you could do this with the lighter color if you want, but I just want it to be pretty much just the same color, and I'm going just to pull it down, just put some veining in it, just real lightly. Doesn't have to be a lot, or you can put a lot in, it's up to you. But with this, I'm just filling the brush up like that, and then I'm just putting in some veining. Now with this, you can add this or you can leave it out, either way. And again, you can do a contrasting color if you prefer. I'm just going to stick with the perfect purple. I like that. And it's just going to be very light veining, not anything crazy. I'm going to come down here and do it. So it's just very light. It's not too thick. And this brush is perfect for adding the detail like this. It's a fun brush to use. I really like it. I know I say that in a lot of my videos when I use this brush. Okay, I think I will add some on here, even though this is really kind of, it's not the open view, but that's alright. Just adds a little detail. Like I said, if you want to put more detail in it, you can. If you want to leave this part out, you can. Really up to you. Alright, so now the next thing we're going to do is take the number 2 script liner again, and I'm going to mix my 2 greens together, kind of sloppily, but I'm going to mix them together like that. And I can dip back and forth as I choose. Get rid of those brushes before I drop them. As I choose, but I'm going to put in just some of the actual, I'm going to connect this one to the stem, and I can go back and forth with this and put in the darker green. I can add lighter green to it. I can make it, a little part that comes out. I love this brush too. It's actually, I've not really used a whole lot of the script liners in the past. I do a lot of my detail work with the actual flat brush. Not sure why, because this is pretty easy to use. Just never felt like I had a lot of control over it. But anyways, I'm using it now, and I'm just going to continue on like this and pull my stem down, and I can keep working it, keep adding the different greens to it. If you want to throw some light in, you can do that as well, but I like how it's looking. And hope you do too. I think it's fun. Fun, fun, fun. I hope you enjoy it as well. I'll tell you, I really love to paint. I like to keep learning new techniques. If you're a painter too and you have techniques to share, I would love to see. If you have a channel, post it down below. I would love to support you as well. I think it's great when artists support each other. We can learn from each other. I'm definitely not a, but I guess I'm definitely a self-taught, self-learning from books and videos and such throughout the years, and I'm not formally trained, which I'm sure somebody that is would probably say, yeah, I know. I can tell that. But I've always felt that, you know, the main thing is if you're having fun with what you're doing, and I do, then, and you like what you're doing, that's what matters, not what somebody else thinks. And I like to share my different techniques or different things that I'm learning or paints that I've tried. I hope that some of the things that I've done will help others who maybe couldn't afford to do the same things, you know, because not everybody can. And I've just been lucky enough where I can try different things throughout the years. Not that I've had a lot of money to do it, but I've been able to. And you know, one thing that I did do early on is I painted everything I could see. I used to stencil, and at one point I went through my backyard and painted, I love old doors, and then I painted like it looked like a fence leaning up against my privacy fence. Just was neat. I mean, and my son even pointed out, looking around my backyard, look how much better you've gotten, Mom, from when you started. And he was formally trained. He actually went to art school. So I'm like, you know, really, I've always felt like just don't be afraid, because you know, all you have to do is wipe it off or paint over it. But something where you've painted and you don't like it, if it's glass, just paint over it. If it's wood, or I mean if it's glass, wipe it off. If it's wood, paint over it. Alright, so this is kind of a different leaf. I'm painting it with the number 8 flat brush, and then I'm going to take my little number 2 and just pull on a little stem to it, and I will add a couple more. These are kind of fun little leaves. Basically you can do them a couple ways, but I'm going to do it like this. And oh shoot guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to do it, okay, I basically did this stroke here, and then I'm going to do another stroke like that, pull together. Isn't that pretty? Just kind of different, but a little light. And I'm not going to put a ton of leaves on this. It's not meant to have a lot of leaves. It's just very light. And then I think I'm going to add one more, because I do like to work in my odd numbers. So basically on this, I am putting this brush down and kind of doing like a comma stroke or a C. And then coming back around, putting this down, and then doing it, repeating it. And then I'll just use my little number 2 to pull it. And make a little, so it attaches to the stem. Alright, so there you have it. Very simple. Definitely a different version of a violet, not the normal one like I just painted a few videos ago, but I thought this is cute. Cute, definitely. Alright, so there you have it. Quick and easy. Hope it's something you give a try. If you do, let me know. Again, if you have any techniques that you'd like to share, if you'd like to share your channel, please make sure you do so down below. And until the next time, well, before I say that, if you do like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And after you view the video, there will be a share button at the bottom. make sure you do hit that share button so you can share it on your social network with all your friends and family. Alright, again, I appreciate your time. Thanks so very much for stopping by. And until the next time, you have a good one.